Coach, lost a lot of good players from last year. How do you keep the expectations high, knowing that you lost a lot of high-caliber players?
Yeah, well, there's certainly a great deal to build on with our football team, and you can't say enough about that senior class last year, and they've got something to build on, and now it becomes their opportunity. A lot of people didn't know that senior class back 4 years ago when they were freshmen, and now these guys have an opportunity to step up, fill their role. Those guys did a great job leading by example, but we're certainly we've got a lot of work to do. And I certainly saw a very crisp practice for the first day. And there's a lot of key reasons why we were able to do that today.
Joe Burrows was a leader for the team last year. Now, I think he probably takes even more of a leadership role because some of the players are gone. Does he have to kick it up a notch, or does he continue what he did last year?
Well, that's what Joe is. He's a true competitor and a leader, by nature. And I think when you see what he did out here today, you could tell he was one of the first guys to encourage guys, compliment them, get them lined up, communicating. He's so much more comfortable with the offense, the system, that I feel really good about what he can do to lead this offense. What we need to do is just keep making sure that everyone rallies behind him. And I think that when you got a very good offensive line coming back, we certainly have question marks at running back, and out at wide receiver. But that interior offensive line is all intact and ready to go, and I saw that again today.
Jeff, is there a difference when you look at Joe? You notice this is really his team for the first time. I mean, it's been other players, and we know who they are, but this is his team now.
Yeah, well, there's no question. And what we try to do is make sure that all 105 guys take ownership. But certainly Joe being that key position at quarterback and knowing that, he's won a lot of games as the starting quarterback, but he knows that it wasn't just about him. But he's such a humble kid, and he's a worker. He's a thinker. He knows what needs to happen out on that football field. He knows where all the pieces need to be when we throw the ball and the receivers. He's just going to make sure that all of them are where they're supposed to be, and you could see that a little bit today. So we were a little off at times, but Joe was able to get him back on track, and I could hear him back on the sidelines, which really demonstrates to me that he is really ready to take that step up a notch in that leadership role for our football team.
He's coming back from an injury. How is he feeling?
Oh, he's fine. He's 100% and looking forward to seeing him, continue his progress in terms of leading our offense.
How many days do you go before pads? Is there
a
rule on that?
Right, there's that 5-day acclimatization, right. There's 4, today and tomorrow will be helmets only. Wednesday and Thursday will be half rack, which is shoulder pads, helmets, and then Friday will be our first full padded day along with Saturday. So we're looking forward to, building and progressing towards that.
You got Boise, obviously showed something second half of last year. Just what do you think about your unproven, the talent you have and how many guys might be able to contribute? Well,
certainly we have some question marks. Yeah, the receiver position, running back position, a little bit on the back end of our defense, but certainly a lot has accomplished. Boise's accomplished some things to be able to prove that he could be one of those starting guys. He's just got to be consistent in everything that he does, and that does take time. But I feel good that there's enough players on that side in the receiving core. Boise, you look at Devin Hughes, you look at John Dunmore, you look at Marcus McGill, Malcolm Robinson, and I really feel with Boise and the rest of those guys, Ronnie Willoughby caught a big-time pass for us. I think all of them by committee will give us the kind of production that Alex Nutz gave us along with Freddie Lee last year.
Island. Jamal
Island. Yep.
Yeah, young guy. I mean, how far away is he? Could he force his way into some playing time?
Well, what I like about Jamal is he's a competitor. And, he comes out here every day working extremely hard. He's very attentive to the signals and the things that the guys in front of him may be doing. If they're not in, they're paying attention, locked in, making sure that they're understanding when it is their time, that they capitalize on that. And that's what Jamal's doing. He's learning it. The football intelligence does take some time. There's just a lot of stuff in our offense that it takes a young player like him to really grasp and understand, along with all the different multiple defensive coverage that we're faced with, and then the speed of the game. But he's a competitor, and I certainly expect him to really play a significant role in our special teams and also give us some depth at wide receiver.
And then Franklin.
A couple minutes ago that 4 years ago we didn't really know who that senior class that just graduated was. Are there any diamond in the roughs with this team right now that you see?
Well, I think when you look at certainly there's a lot of guys that we're going to be counting on, and those young guys that I look at on the defensive side, we're going to count on Marcus Baker, who's a corner. We're going to count on Akazi Olosi, who's an outside linebacker, safety, a very physical type player. You're going to look at Jarrett Franklin, who's actually replacing Khalil Mack at that position, along with Brandon Crawford. Some of the young names that I feel had played some significant role last year in terms of some key situations that come back for us. On the offensive side, I'm looking forward to watching our running back, Anthony Taylor, along with Jordan Johnson, along with Devin Campbell. And I certainly like our 2 tight ends. I mean, they're big targets out there in terms of Matt Weiser and Mason Schreck. So, those are just to name a few that I really feel are going to play a significant role in our success as we continue to move along this year.
You mentioned Franklin replacing Khalil Mack. How's he look so far? Yeah.
Jarrett Franklin?
Yeah.
Well, Jarrett Franklin is as hard a working as a young man, very locked in individual. Here's a young man, came all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, was a state champion wrestler, and just a real tough kid. Played well over 200 snaps last year. So, he got his opportunity to get in there and learn from one of the greatest players ever played here. And he was able to step in this summer, play that role. And I really felt what Lou said is, hey, I think we're going to get some very solid production out of him, and we'll have to develop some depth behind him. So just in case we have to, play some other guys in that role. But I feel good about Jarrett, and I know he's excited about his opportunity to fill those big shoes number 46 vacated in.